We're the brothers of Rachel Solano, here to prophesy week in, week out. But first and foremost, praise, power, glory to
Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai Bahashem.
double honors to the apostles, and elders of great gospel, who teach all who taught us this truth. Peace, society, to the Akiam, fellow laborers of the life, and pushing this truth and risking all lives to the full. Let's hear the brothers of great gospel. Here to prophesy the downfall of the great, not only great, repentance, like he has taken for its place. To blow this trumpet, this message, and to them, and shake the hand, point the finger at you ruling class elites, you Edomites. Right, someone grab that book. Isaiah 13. We're going into some serious times. These Edomites, these ruling class elites, they're getting ready to clamp down. They're getting ready to censor the truth. Yeah. Why? Because they're cut.
Isaiah 13:1. Isaiah 13:1. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos,
right? The burden, which Isaiah the prophet did see. Right? This is going into the vision that Isaiah the prophet was seeing.
Lift up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them.
Right, lift you up the banner upon the high mountain being these governments, the banner being these scriptures. Right, so when we're out there on the byways, prophesying, when we're doing these things, we sit down, we study the missiles. Right, that's lifting up these scriptures and shaking the hand, pointing out Esau, the generous, his wickedness.
Exalt the voice unto them. Right. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
Right. Exalt the voice unto them. Right. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. Right. So we're prophesying boldly. Right. We're crying aloud, spirit not. Right. And we're all over the unicorn, showing that Esau Edom's a PDF file, showing that he's into bestiality, right? Blood drinking, right? And then he's corrupt.
I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have called my mighty ones from my anger.
Right? I have commanded my sanctified ones. Sanctified meaning to be separate. We're the sanctified ones, beginning with the elect on this side. Right? And the angels are watching over the elect. Right?
Even them that rejoice in my highness. The noise of the multitude in the mountains, like as a great people. A tumultuous noise of the kingdom of nations gathered together.
Right, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. That's why you're seeing all this this trade war going on. He said, she said. Xi Jinping saying this, DJ Trump saying that, back and forth. JD Vance saying this, Putin, the guy over there in Amalek, Netanyahu, they're all talking. Right, but it's all going to lead up. It's going to climax, and it's going to bring forth World War III ultimately. Right?
The Lord of the hosts mustered the host of the battle.
Right, the Lord of the hosts mustered the battle. Right, the Lord mustered meaning to visit or look up, look over. Right, so this is the Lord's will. This is whatever the Lord wants is going to take place. And we're not in the time of peace. Right, you have all these people. I was driving in, and there's people standing up above the highways waving those flags. Pray for this, pray for that. We're not in that time. This is the Lord's will.
They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapon of his indignation to destroy the whole land.
Right, the missiles. Right, they come from a far country. Right, ultimately the Lord's going to put the spirit on primarily God, Russia, his allies, China, Pakistan, the mad dog over there in North Korea, right? The Lord's going to put the spirit on them to fire off missiles, right? Some EU nations are going to have a fallout. They're going to fire missiles. Scripture says, "These shall hate the Lord."
Yeah. How ye? For the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
Right? How ye? For the day of the Lord is at hand, and that's the message of the prophets. Right? The message is doom and gloom. Right? The message is war is coming. The message is that we're not in a time of peace. The message is famine is coming.
Go ahead.
Right? Pestilence. Right?
Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
Right, because of these bad times that are coming, ultimately leading to missiles, people are going to bug out. Scriptures say, they shall wail when they see him coming, roughly paraphrasing. Right? All nations shall wail because of him. Right? They're going to bug out. People are going to give the spirit. Right? Leading up into that time, people are going to be cannibalizing one another. Women are going to be running in the alleys and trying to get away from marauders. Right? It's going to get real bad out here. Right? And then we see today, there's a thing in America right now, 50 states, one message, 50 states, one protest, I believe. Right, so all these Babylonians are protesting today, Saturday, the 19th of April, according to Esau's calendar.
Today is the Feast of Peace. Right, April 19th to May 1st. So
That's right.
it's a dangerous time to just be out and all the egg in the road. That's right.
They shall be afraid of pangs. They shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman in travail. They shall be amazed one to another. Their faces shall be much flamed.
Right, their faces shall be much flamed. Right, when these missiles strike, right? Listen, anybody on the soils of America, they're great. It's a tool. It's a great sacrifice. It's an altar.
That's right.
Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate.
Right, the Lord's not coming on some funny guy play thing, man. Right? Yeah. This narrative out here, which has been going on for hundreds of years. Outstretched arms, peace, this. Hate the sin, love the sinner. That bullshit. Right, the Lord's coming to destroy. Right?
And he shall destroy the sinner thereof out of it.
The sinners thereof out of it, man. Right? All kind of wickedness taking place in America. Right? PDF files, BOY lovers, right? Moles. They're all going to be destroyed. You have these motherfuckers in these churches. You have more members and more preachers and right? And that's wickedness.
That's right.
For the stars of heaven and the constellation thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine.
Right? A time of no understanding. Right? Just bugged out, no understanding what's happening, looking for the men of the Lord for answers. Right, go ahead.
And I will punish the world for their iniquity. And I will punish the world for their evil and for their wickedness, for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease.
I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And who's more arrogant than the evil? That's Esau evil. They're very arrogant. Down to their low class trailer park citizens. Very proud. Right? The Lord said he's going to cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And we're seeing it happen now, man. All over social media, they're lamenting and crying. Can't make ends meet. I ain't got no job. I'm out of food. I'm out of diapers.
Yeah, they're using up their credit cards.
Yes.
They're lying with credit. And I will lay low the haughty of the cherubim. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
Right, a man more precious than fine gold. That's an elect man of the Lord. Not no any man out here. Not no sick ass nigga, ninja. Not no 2/3 ninja. It's gonna be a man of the Lord that the Lord is supping with. They're gonna be more precious than fine gold. And these women out here are gonna be looking for a covering. Right? In that day, a lot of men of the Lord are gonna get out of here. And I ain't got nothing to do with you, man. You know? These women got a harsh reality.
That's the same thing we said yesterday.
Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall be removed out of her place.
Shake the heavens. That's twofold. Right? The ruling class elites, they're going to be shaking. Right? The Lord's going to shake this place with these whistles. Right? The scriptures say that the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. Right?
In the wrath of the Lord of the hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. and it shall be as a chaste robe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. Then shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land.
That's right.
Right? And we see that happening now, man. People leaving, people packing up shop. It's no longer viable to operate in Babylon the Great, America the Great. Taxes are killing them. Bureaucracy, red tape is killing them. So they're packing up and they're leaving. Right?
Everyone that is found shall be crushed.
And it's only a matter of time before we start seeing it happen here. You know, you go into Tim Hortons here, man. It's nothing but yeah. Behind the counter, giving you the food. You know, they want to talk to your wage, talk down to you and shit. You know what I mean? But the cash cow's gonna dry up here too, right? And then then what? They're gonna try and leave, get on planes and go back. Right?
Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. Everyone that is drawn unto them shall fall by the sword.
Right? You can't be aligned with this beast system. Right? You can't be down with it. If you're down with it, you're secretly, you know, you're saying Shalom, but you're secretly aligned with the beast. You're in love with the beast. Right? The Lord's gonna destroy you. No, I disagree.
Yeah.
People are so, you know,
They're so juiced up.
that's the stimulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is a simulation. This whole world is a simulation, right? So once they're finished with this simulation, just like the Matrix, they're gonna present you with a new simulation with an update. And really and truly, the update is gonna be you people living within the game. You people are gonna be living in a virtual reality, like our children. Really and truly, our children live in a virtual reality all day. It's called Fortnite. It's called Roblox or something. Minecraft and all. Our people already live in virtual reality. Nothing around them is real. So they're gonna build a world like that where you go in and you just earn credits, and you people are gonna be okay with it because they don't have anything for you to do on your own. Because
Right.
AI, this is their dream world. This is Esau's orgasm. So you people are glitching right now because you don't know what to do, because you don't know that this simulation is done.
Mhm.
You're going into a digital simulation now, but you're still trying to live like in the past. Oh, I want to build a house. I want to raise my children. What children? It's going to become harder and harder to have children, man. They don't want no more
You
children.
got 3D printed houses.
3D printed houses.
You need paper.
Your children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes.
What was that movie years ago with Bruce Willis? Where they were avatars. People go out in the world. There was the avatars that were put up in business, and they were all at home in like a state of stasis.
Yes.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
can't remember the name of it, but it was Bruce Willis in the movie. But yeah, that was predictive programming, man.
That's right.
You
That's
know?
right.
And look
That's
what
right.
they're doing with the people now,
That's right.
with all these gig economy, the gig economy. Deliver this, deliver that. People getting their groceries delivered.
That's right.
People getting fast food delivered
That's right.
to their door. Oh, leave it at the door. You know, the contactless delivery.
That's right.
They're getting people ready for this
That's
shit, man.
That's right.
The work is on TikTok.
Yep.
Right? Everything is electronic,
Mhm.
online. Like you said, it's not like we're not in that mechanics now.
No, that's done.
Automation.
That's right.
Everything is machine.
That's right. That's right. Hey, go ahead.
Revelation 13, verse 14. And deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which you have power to do in the sight of the beast.
And he's deceiving everybody right now, right? Everyone's believing in this beast system, man.
It's fun. It's fun. It's so cool.
Walk around them,
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yes, that VR. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
those ABAs are serious though.
Yeah.
They
The ones that
upload
can-
live streaming,
Yes.
Yeah.
you know, anyone
Yes.
can come up to you and
It tells you who you are.
Yes. Your business.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got this social media profile.
Mm.
Yes. Yes.
Saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast.
Right, and it's going to be easy to demonize the truth too. Right, walk up with them Ray-Bans on. Oh yeah, that's a Hebrew Israelite right there. Your videos start coming up condemning Esau, right?
Well, the elder put who's Elder Tahar in ChatGPT, and it came up. So ChatGPT knows.
And a lot of fair weather Israelites are gonna book out in that day, man. You know, the t-shirt wearing ones, they're gonna tuck their fringes in that day and hide. You know, just like
That's why they're going to Africa. They're going to, because they're going to try to escape Bob.
right?
So, they.
And this guy came with a butchering this past week of the MOTB. He's through, man.
Which had the wound by the sword that they live. And you have power to give life to the image of the beast.
Right, Rome 2.0, right? In the revised Roman Empire, right? This beast, America the Great, is speaking, right? But he's coming from the foundation of Rome, right? Pushing the whole Roman philosophy over the whole earth. Look at the architecture. They're Latin on their dollar bills. Their judicial system. It's all birthed from Rome.
That the image of the beast should go, because that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, because it's going to get to the point where if you don't align with this beast system, you don't say, yes, I'm down with it.
It's right there.
Right? By taking the see him. The Revelation 13, verse 16 on down, right? He's going to wield his sword, right? And he's going to come. He's going to snatch men out of their houses. He's going to put you in internment camps, re-education centers, right? And a lot of people, more people are going to align with this than are going to resist.
And what did C19 teach us? C19 showed us that people cannot come out of her. The scripture says, come out of her, my people. Right? Our people can't disconnect. Disconnecting made a lot of people, you know what, the self-deleting went up during that time. Because I can't travel. I can't go. I can't see my mom. I want to see my mom. Mama. And self-deleted. Divorces, people lost marriages. It was insane.
Yeah.
So what are they gonna do with people? That's gonna be insane, man. Because people cannot do without.
And
That's why when Esau introduced the potion, people are like, hey, did you remember the line? Remember the lines?
Yeah, bro.
Yo, bro,
Lights around corners. Everyone had masks on. They're outside. It was cold as fuck.
Yo,
Yeah.
our people are different.
Program, man.
Oh,
They had all those lines in the stores, 6 feet apart. People were getting mad if you're past it. You're like,
Yo,
program.
that's why a lot of them are dying. Go from their shots. Right? God to call with small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead.
That's right. A mark. You know what it is word magma, right? In Greek, it's a physical mark, right? Under the dermis, under the skin, right? A CHIP, which you're gonna do all.
But they'd say, oh, that the mark is sin. Right? But, you know, he's not breaking it down the correct way. I'll show you that he's a damn Judas for me.
that's exactly what he is.
Or a hireling, right? You know, leading his flock astray, man.
That's right.
Here is wisdom. Let him not understand and count the number of the beast, or the number of a man, or the number of the 600.
Right? And all roads lead to the MOTB. Everything that we see going on right now is leading to that, right? This whole financial crisis. Now we're in a financial crisis right now. These tariffs, right? These trade wars, which are going to continue to escalate. It's going to lead to the MOTB.
Exactly. Yeah, this is Isaiah 47:10. And it reads, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me.
All right, that's you Edomites, man. You trust in your wickedness. You trust in your sorcery. You're hiding behind the this veil of nobody can see me. Everything's done behind closed doors. You and I, the witchcraft, warlock business behind closed doors, right?
Yes. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. Thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me.
Right, said in thy heart, your mind, I am and none else beside me. That's the pride, the loftiness of Esau Edom, beginning with his elites. Right? And that's ultimately going to be your demise.
It says, therefore, shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth.
Right? Evil shall come upon thee, evil, bad times. Right? And you're not going to know where it comes from. Right? You're so proud, your head's so high in the clouds. Right? When all the shit starts to break loose and you start to go through it, and your elites run off and hide in bunkers, and the rest of Esau's minions is left around running around, not knowing what to do, right? It's going to come suddenly. Right? You ain't going to know where it came from. Right?
And it reads, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off.
Right?
And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know.
Right? Ultimately, the missiles, man. Suddenly. Right? All hell going to be breaking loose out here. The MOTV going to be mandated worldwide. Right? And people are going to get this alert. People are going to get this alert. Seek shelter. Russia has launched. Right? It's going to be on television. People are going to be gathered around television.
That's right.
Right? Ear raid sirens are going to be going on.
That's right.
People ain't going to know
That's
what to do.
That's right.
You're not going to have time.
That's right. That's right. There's going to be nobody on the road. You see this? You won't see this. You won't see this.
People are going to be running in their basement. The basement ain't going to stay here. Ooh, they're going to put up plastic sheets. Like you see in those animated movies. They got these plastic drapes separating the different rooms in their homes. When all hell's broken, zombie apocalypse.
Hey, if you've ever been in the Caribbean during a hurricane, that's what it's going to feel like. Right? It's going to feel eerie, dark, gloomy. This is verse 12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries.
Right, stand now with thy enchantments. Right, these elites, they worship the left-hand side. Right, and they're getting messages directly from Satan. But Satan works for the Most High Yahweh. So they just trick back. Right?
Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth.
Right, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. Right, from their inception, from 1776. Right, Adam Weishaupt.
That's right.
Right, they've been in the Freemasonry, Luciferianism.
That's right.
Right, so none of that's going to save it nowadays.
That's right. If so be thou shalt be able to profit. If so be thou mayest prevail.
If so be thou mayest prevail. Right, none of your sources will prevail. Right, you're going to get a disconnect in that day, a firewall.
Yep.
It's going to be a buffer. You're going to be throwing up prayers to their left-hand deities, Satan, and it's just going to be a buffer, a firewall.
That's how you know the elders right about today. They're going to go hard, man. It starts now from the 19th all the way to the 1st. So they have time right now. This little mini time, best believe, we don't know. And if nothing happens, it's false prophets. Guess what? Something's going to happen. Bet your bottom dollar.
Right, yeah, the first of what, May Day, right?
That's right.
That's right.
19.
Yeah, the first day, the 19th, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 13 days, yeah. We started with the Feast of the Beast, which is today.
Yeah. Right. The elders bringing it out. Stand now with thine enchantments. Right, they're doing it. Man,
That's right.
It turns up.
That cause it's kind of quiet right now in America. So they have to something big is gonna happen.
Verse 13. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers and the stargazers and monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee.
Right, weary, they're tired. Oh, we need more answers. We gotta drink more blood.
Yeah, that's right. No, real.
Yeah,
Real.
we need another mass death,
Real.
mass casualties.
Real. Well,
Okay, we got to take out 300 over here. All right.
hey, that's what bugs our people out when they join the left hand side or the dark side. Is Jake when Jake is poor and he enters that room and they show him everything he's gonna get. It's easy for him to say shit, you know? Sacrifice your mom and but then when Jake says, I have to continue this year after year, that's what bugs them out. Because the demons always want more.
Mm-hmm.
The demons are never satisfied. They might ask you for something more. That's what happened with DMX in that song he did with Damien. And he kept asking, I thought I was your man. Yeah, my nigga was your nigga. He wanted more.
Yeah, he was sure he was shining light on what was really going on. You know, and look, it bugged him out.
Of course.
Well, he knew the truth. He was always in the scriptures.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know
I know what you mean, but he's
gone.
gone.
I saw him in real life once.
Oh, say where?
Yeah, the
Toronto? Yeah, like a giant. Yeah. Verse 14, behold, they shall. Oh wow. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to set before it.
Right, the missiles, man. Utter desolation.
That's the point.
America the Great, Babylon the Great.
Bring this
Waste.
up. 2 Thessalonians 2:8 in NLT, and it reads, then the man of lawlessness will be revealed, but the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai will kill him with his breath of his mouth and destroy him by the splendor of his coming. Verse 9, this man will come to do the work of Satan with counterfeit powers and signs and miracles. Verse 10, he will use every kind of evil deception to fool those on their way to destruction, because they refuse to love and accept the truth that will save them.
Yeah, because only the elect are the higher discernment to be able to discern what's real, what's off. You know, scriptures say, if it were possible, he would deceive the very elect. Right, this man's going to come with some high tech, counterfeit, like the brother said, measures to deceive people, man.
Mm-hmm.
Project Blue Beam,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they're already trying to, they're already controlling the. I say trying. They're already controlling the narrative of the chariots, right? They're gonna come and say, "Hey, listen, it's aliens,
Mm-hmm.
right?" And both people,
Right?
Verse 11, so Yahweh will cause them to be greatly deceived, and they will believe the lies. Verse 12, then they will be condemned for enjoying evil rather than believing the truth.
the scripture say the deceiver is. Right? This is the Lord's movement. Right? So if you're deceived, man, you're in your lot. You know, that's a fearful thing.
Hey, remember they have the technology where they're calling people and it sounds like your mom. Or
Yes.
It sounds like your
Yes.
So the deception rate, they have the mask that looks like the technology right now is on another level.
Yes.
It's on another level.
Yes.
It's heavy, man. It's heavy.
I tried to find some of those masks, right? They're like $6,000 a pop from China.
Yeah, see that?
Right now with the tariffs and everything,
Yeah,
that's gonna go to the roof. I was like, I can't sell those $6,000. What?
serious.
And I'm seeing like, you know, these masks are serious.
Yo,
Serious masks.
yo, it's that deep. Jeez.
Second Exodus 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I have put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. Cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against me. Let not them prove down the event that speak against me.
Right? Let not the incredulity, right? The unbelief,
That's right.
right? We're not supposed to be troubled us in this truth. right? When a bug out Jake comes by and he asks a question, we'll try to spirit. We'll ask him back a question, see what he's on. For the most part, he's on some bugged out, don't believe shit. So go on your way, man. This is not for you, right?
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Right, all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Sign of Satan.
I put a whiter.
What?
Yeah, whiter. Yeah.
Just keep your hands on it.
Yeah. It says, here, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
All the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
Said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Right, so that's what's coming. Right, sword, famine, death, and destruction. Right, these are instruments of the Lord Yahweh Shemashai to extract judgment. Right?
For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Right, so this place is full of wickedness. Right? People can change their coming.
Yep.
I'm proclaiming proudly.
Yeah.
Therefore, said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more, as touching their wickedness.
Right, the Lord's about to unleash. Right, go ahead.
Which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, innocent and righteous blood cry unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Right, the elect, the spirit world and here on the earth are complaining. When, Lord? Right, go ahead.
Therefore, said the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them.
Right, ultimately the Lord's going to deliver his elect, that's salvation. Be in the hands of his son, Yahweh Shai.
Behold, my people are led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt.
Right, the land of Egypt, America the Great, Babylon the Great, spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom. Right, the Lord's going to deliver, the Lord's going to collect, gather his elect. For this place, the scriptures say, the Lord didn't shorten the days, no flesh will be saved. Right, this place is waxing worse and worse by the minute.
By the minute.
I will bring them to the mighty hand.
Because remember, these people are just going to use AI to be demons. That's why we always say all of this technology is for us. We're using AI for righteousness to where AI can't even keep up. AI is asking us the questions, or AI doesn't have the answers that we're asking it because we're using it so aggressively in righteousness. Just like we did with YouTube, just like we did with Daily Motions, just like we did with this and that and this and that. We use it for righteousness, and then Esau gets mad because that's not what these things they wanted it for. They wanted these things to make it more demonic. Right? These guys are they can't wait for AI to make them an AI girlfriend to go fucking AI. That's the demonic level people are on.
Behold, I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretch the arm like Egypt and plagues as before. I will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten. The plagues.
Yeah, this is talking about America. Right? And everything we see taking place right now is plagues. Right? This financial disaster, these terrorists, plagues. Right? Food insecurity, plagues. Joblessness, plagues. Ultimately leading to the ultimate plague, the missiles. Yeah, last week in California, get a 5 point something earthquake. Oh, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man. Plague.
Yeah.
Big flood.
Yeah. Plagues, man. You know?
And the punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon them. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting.
Right? They that till the ground, the farmers, right, shall mourn. Why? Because of the unpredictable weather, man. Frost, July, taking out orange crops.
They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through blasting and hail, and with a fearful consolation.
Right? Unpredictable skies. You know, what is that thing? The Farmer's Almanac?
Yes.
Right?
Remember, you saw springs on the harp.
Yeah.
The harp. fucking correct. Remember, he said everything is a vibration. And she said, we know the exact vibration how to shift, what do they call it, tectonic plates, right? So he said, oh, this string makes this vibration. But he's playing hard on the planet.
Uh-huh.
You know, most I see that. You know, you're committing crime against nature, against humanity.
Mhm.
You're even operating in the proper way of how the Lord set up the earth.
Mhm.
You know, you want to go into your lab-grown meat.
Mhm.
You know, lab-grown meat, GMOs.
Mhm.
We don't need seeds anymore.
Mhm.
Right? These are all crimes, man.
Yep.
The Lord's looking down like everyone's bugged out.
Yep.
Everyone's gone.
Yep.
You know, and that's where the sincerity, integrity of the elect, the chaste virgin, comes into play. Because we're really trying to turn back and seek the Lord's face. You know, trying to get His attention. Right? And so like in that, and the Lord will respect that. Right? He's going to respect that. That's why He's going to save the elect. It says He has respect unto His elect.
Go to the world
Yes, I'm
and
good
them
in a minute.
that dwell
Oh, you
therein,
just said hi.
for their sword and
Uh-huh.
the destruction draw nigh.
Right. The sword and destruction God. The sword and His destruction God.
Yo,
Right, coming close.
that.
Right, sword. Right, the modern day blicky, the stick.
Uh-huh.
Right, go ahead.
And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and sword in their hand.
Right, these people are going to be armed up. Class wars, civil unrest. You know, red state versus blue state. Right, look, there's a nationwide protest in America today. Right, and these people protesting. They voted for him. Right, crazy. That's the most oxymoron shit. You vote for someone, and then in the same breath you're protesting. Right, but that's the will of the Lord. Right, creating dissension.
For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another.
Right? Sedition, rebellion, right? What kind of American are you? That's what's coming to America the Great. They're gonna be bugging out. They're gonna have heaters, camouflage clothes, canteens, hiding out, shooting at one another, like that movie Civil War. Drones.
And all of that is going to lead to their own destruction. That's going to lead to the martial law. That's going to lead to the taking away of their rights, of their precious holy grail constitution being suspended. And that's when they're really going to understand that they have no fucking power. Because they're going to be like, you can't do that. This is my constitutional right. Okay. And they're going to see the elites piss on that fucking constitution. They've been doing that since the implementation of Jekyll Island, right? Since the Federal Reserve. Since they put that fucking demonic building in India, in America has been becoming more degenerate, and more degenerate through all their different rituals and witchcraft, like the feminist movements and all the rest of the shit that they have done to destroy America internally, like an infestation.
Mhm.
And that's good for you, like the brother just said. You guys voted for the guy, and then you're bugging out. You know what that means? That means you got to leave these people alone. These are all lunatics. All these people are all lunatics. You got to leave these people alone, man.
Mm-hmm.
These people are scary. Trump make America great again, and then what's wrong with you guys? Is something okay? Is anybody home? And we do that here in Canada. Fuck you now. Apollinaire or whatever else. Corny. We have hope again. Bring it white lives matter. White lives matter. We have hope again.
Yeah.
Oh, this bugged out, man. Bugged out.
God. Yesterday evening, I saw a lineup. All Edomites.
Voting.
I'm like, a lineup like a club. I'm like, what's going on? It was before the sunset.
Mm.
No, they're Early Valley.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Wow.
And I didn't realize that until I got home. I saw on my phone Early Valley.
Yes.
I was able to connect the dots. And they're all out there standing up. How do you know what's going on? Early ballot. They believe in this shit.
Oh, no, yeah.
No
No, no.
You shall not regard
No
their
voting?
kings nor
No.
princes.
you mean
I don't even tell them that they lose it. They can't process that you don't
the
vote.
vote will make a difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Right? Checkpoints, military, martial law. Okay, that's what's coming. Like the elder just said, that when they suspend your constitution, that's man.
Yo,
Americans
yo,
and their constitution,
yo, yo.
martial law on steroids.
That's
You know what the guns? Them Babylons got guns, bro.
Yo, there's Americans that have tanks.
Yeah.
They have tanks. Yeah, fucking rocket launcher. There's Americans that have serious things going on, man. Guns. That's that, bro.
Yeah. It's my right.
Yeah.
They be going on.
Yeah.
The minute that's suspended, because the president will suspend it.
That's right.
Remember they were trying to ban the assault rifle. The assault rifle. Big chain inside. And he had a statement. He had the rifle. It was like from my phone.
Dead hands.
Everyone,
Yeah. How do you,
right? That's a serious. You can't take that from yourself. That's his blessing. Are you crazy?
Hey, the NRA.
Regular humans.
one of their spokespersons there was on Charlton Heston.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he's a big time. You might love him. He's past now. He's in the spirit world.
Yeah, he's in the spirit world.
But you might love him, man. That actor. Charlton Clint Eastwood was another one.
Yes.
Pro NRA.
Pro NRA. Right, right.
Because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, or shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods.
Right. Anarchy, man. Anarchy. Running up in your house, looking for what you got, your
That's
goods.
right. That's right.
Because of the lack. Go ahead.
Because of the lack of bread, and of great tribulation.
Lack of bread and great tribulation. Right? Food insecurity times 10. Right? And great tribulation. All hell break. Woman not safe. You don't walk around here on some feminist shit like it's good. In that time, they're going to be hiding. They're going to be looking for a golden wedge of fur, a man of the Lord. Right? They're going to be scared. A brother put a video up yesterday, one of the New York brothers, of a man raping a woman in the subway station in America. Right? That's gonna be out here. That's gonna be a regular occurrence.
That's right.
Now, hold on. On the flip side, they're like, "Oh, you guys don't love women like how about us? You guys are for violence on women." First of all, you said you don't need us. Men ain't shit.
Yep.
Stop slut shaming us. We're not traditional. We're good. We don't want to deal with you. We only deal with you for pleasure. That's clearly your goal.
Your goal.
You know, that's your prerogative.
And that's fine with me.
So we're not gonna try to wipe you up and do
Hey,
all this shit.
thank you.
And be a white knight.
Mm.
You know, the only one I'm protecting is the woman that's mine.
That's right. That's right, man.
And a real woman at that.
That's right, man.
So we're not in that argument time about men anyway you hate women. No, we don't hate women. But you're the farthest thing away
From one. Exactly.
Elder Pasitaris said, "Call them hyenas." Call them hyenas. It's true, man.
That's right, man.
Right? Throw this thing away, man.
Hey, this is, let me get this real quick. This is Jeremiah 51:1, and it reads, "Thus said the Lord, behold, I will rise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about."
Right? All nations should be against America and get wrong. Fanner, you ever put breeze, wind, fire? That shit. Right? So the Lord's gonna build up the anarchy in America, ultimately leading to the missiles.
That's how you watch a blacksmith. There's a tool that he has that he pulls and he fans the flame inside it. It makes it hotter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Big ass metal sheet.
Mhm.
right? And that shit literally heats it up to the
Quick.
point where the steel.
Yeah, it's a melt. Yeah.
It's soft.
Mhm.
And that's a good analogy, man. So all the heat, everyone's agitated, man.
Yep.
You go on Twitter, Esau hates Jake, man.
Yep.
Right? They say you niggas shoot each other. We don't want you around. We
Yep.
don't want you in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You guys are the highest distance.
Yes.
This and that.
Yes.
You know, Jake comes back, and then you got splitters of okay, but there's some good ones, and then you know what I mean.
That's
Everyone's
right.
divided,
That's right.
and everything's being agitated. Everyone's being agitated more and more and more.
Yeah, that's why there'll be an ultimate race war.
That's right.
Yes, there will.
That's right.
Yes.
And that goes into the prophecy about them being in conflict, being you're self-restrained, right? Just fuck it. You know?
Verse 3, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifted himself up in his brigandine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets.
Right? Slay all her hosts, those being armies. America the Great, Babylon the Great. I'm proud to be an American. My military is the greatest on the earth.
Mhm.
It's just, we just read the scripture. Slay all her hosts. Right? Her armies are going to be defeated, destroyed.
That's right. It says in verse 5, for Israel hath not been forsaken, nor Judah of his power of the Lord of hosts.
Right? The Lord hasn't forgotten his people. Right? Yeah, you got bug-out truthers on this side, but the elect are going to be delivered on this side. Right? The remnant. Right?
Though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance.
Time of the Lord's vengeance. The missiles. Right? You can't say it enough. Right? Destruction of America the Great, Babylon the Great. Thermonuclear intercontinental ballistic missiles.
He will render unto her a payback. Recompense. Verse 7, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Right? All nations have drunken the wine being America's philosophy. That's why you have these Western Asia countries. Their women are pushing back against their traditional practices. Right? They're pushing back. They're throwing their hijabs in the street. They're slut walking.
Yeah.
You know?
You have that Iranian bitch. She stripped to a bra and panties,
Yes.
or naked, I don't know, naked,
Yeah.
whatever.
Some crazy shit.
You know, I'm making this, and that's the thing. That shows you that spirit of feminism is nothing but
Whored up.
shamelessness,
Mhm.
order, man. You know, being the farthest thing away from a woman.
That's
I'm
right.
strong and I'm brave.
That's
I'm
right.
showing my ass.
That's right.
I'm showing my titties.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
know?
right.
I wrote feminist on my, marker on my body. You know, and
Hey,
I'm-
that's why we laugh at the graping. People might be like, "Oh, you guys are sick," but no, the graping is the outcome of what you're doing. Just like when you niggas get killed in the street, it's the outcome of your action. So you can't blame what's happening to you on us and saying, "Oh, you guys are this." No, it's the outcome, and we already knew that was going to be the outcome of this society. It's not that we're promoting it. We don't want that. What we want wholesome homes, loving wives, righteousness. That's what we
And
want.
then you know what they'll say? Oh, you niggas don't. You want hoes. You want freaks.
They always say
You want
that.
strippers,
They
you
always
want
say
this,
that.
you want
They
that.
always say that. They always say that.
And then they'll say men sexualize us.
That's right.
Really, if you want to be technical, it's the elites that fucking warped everything.
That's right.
Right? Men will enjoy a woman just by looking at her. It tells you in the scripture.
That's right.
There's nothing more better than seeing a beautiful woman.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
But now, if you're showing me your titties, I can see your nipples. What do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sexualize you.
Exactly.
Of course I would. No, you can go ahead.
I mean, that's why you have Ishmael and Elam when they're here, fresh, new. They see all these naked Edomites walking around. They bug out. They're confused.
Yeah.
They want to grab them and ravish them. But they're like, what's going on? Why is she getting mad? Because he wants to grab her.
Esau's kidnapping.
And remember, to them, they think it's an invitation, which they're right. they know that a woman shouldn't be dressed like that. So when they see a woman dressed like that, they automatically think,
Right.
okay, maybe you want me to touch you.
Yep.
This is an invitation
Mhm.
because you have on the attire of a you know what.
Mhm.
So what the heck?
First Timothy 2:9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with braided hair, and wool, or pearls, or costly array.
Right, a woman's not supposed to be out here showing off her curves, her voluptuous breasts. That's for a husband at home, right? She's not supposed to be out here with tramp stamps showing, her belly all out showing. You know,
That's why I like those Ishmaelite women because they're all covered and stuff. They're like they have their hijab, they're fully covered. Not like these Americanized women.
and you know she's covered. You see her covered, these Ishmaelite woman, and you know she her body's good.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
You could, you know she's thick, but she's covered up, man, from head to toe. She's covered up, even her hair and everything.
She's naturally fat, but it's not showing.
Right.
But becoming woman professing godliness with good words.
And these women love to walk around in yoga pants. Are the worst thing created, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Yoga pants.
Yeah.
That's fuckery, man.
Fine.
And all it does is just, cause we're men by nature.
That's right.
Right, look, it's the Sabbath. Women are walking by, we have to check ourselves. real quick.
I know every day, especially on this corner. All of sexual women be
Oh man.
That's where you see.
No.
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 Sabbath,
Yeah.
torture.
Yeah, that was torture.
Let the woman also learn in silence with all subjectness.
Yeah, you got women on TikTok, you scroll, oh, I'm Sister Ann, and then she's
Mhm.
going through the Bible, trying to teach you something.
With her cleavage.
Bunch of them. Yeah, bunch of them. You're just like, you know, what's going on?
What on?
Right? Who appointed you? The scriptures, you're hold on, they're teaching the scriptures. The scriptures already got it.
What I will suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence.
That's right.
Mhm.
For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
Right, in this feminist poison, sorcery. Women don't like to hear this. They get very defensive, confrontational, right? Modern day feminism women, they don't like to hear this scripture right here. That they should be silent. Right?
Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing.
These guys have a problem.
If they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety.
The elites, man, they completely warped the idea of what a woman is supposed to be. You know, like we're saying, a woman is supposed to back the house, right? Be a homemaker. Those things are lost. You know, you look at that bitch that did documentary on the famous forget her name. But they look at her and say, okay, that was a woman back then, right? But we got Amazon now. You know, team.
The one that went to jail? What's her name?
Famous, you might name, but she's the homemaker.
Yeah, the one that went to jail. She had the anklet. She used to do videos with Snoop Dogg.
Oh, yeah.
What's her name? Martha Stewart.
Yeah,
Martha Stewart.
Like, bro, that was the thing, man. Like, and she had a
And
kid
she
as
was
a child.
pleasant.
She had a thing with a child where she's like, I can arrange things, I can create things.
Yes.
Like, and that's a talent.
Con.
So,
Con.
that's, imagine you add a 2-3 women and they have different gifts, and now your household is bound to fall.
Mhm.
That's my dream. That's my dream. He's living the dream, man. He's living the dream.
We're living a nightmare. Ecclesiasticus 26 and 7. The evil wife, sorry, 6.
You go home every day is a different scent. You're trying to guess the scent. You know, it's lavender and rose. Oh, I almost got you, baby. You know, she's trying to, do some nice things and trying to surprise you.
man.
Con.
You know,
Bro,
Yeah.
you're going home with flowers. You're
Yeah,
gonna do those
You're
stuff now.
motivated. You're motivated.
Oh my gosh.
Trust me.
That's the 26 and 6. But a grief of a heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman. And a scourge of
And then
the tongue.
Slucky, Esau will have a law. He'll make a law that says you can't do it.
That's right.
Right? Polygamy.
Polygamy.
But you can be a damn bestiality,
Exactly. Yep.
and sexual,
Yep.
all these degenerate
Yep.
titles.
Yep.
But to have 2 women, that's you're breaking the law. You're going to jail.
Yeah, like, that's why those missions, like, they have multiple wives.
Yep. And they got concubines.
Elam, they have multiple wives. It's called polygamy. But here, because we're so westernized with this westernized society, you only have one wife. That's wicked. Like, you're supposed to have multiple wives. So that's not with our nature.
And it's like the woman that you get when she's presented to you, she's already been ransomed.
Yeah.
You're not even getting
So that's not a wife?
You know? Like there was a thing where back in the day, in ancient world, you had to be a chaste virgin. Chaste meaning pure,
Wow.
purified,
Wow.
undefiled.
Wow.
You know, not passing the age of a flower,
Flowers.
right? But then now you got these hopes. But that was a thing. That was like a rank. That was like a standard. You know, my daughter, she's holding her flower.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
You know, people don't understand these
Bro.
things. We're so in the mud.
Like, we lost that way, right?
Just let them go in elementary school. Let them dry hump. Then let them find out about.
No, go ahead.
Let them play
run
7
through.
minutes in heaven. All
They
these
get run through in the
that your
bathroom.
kids go to school, right? That you don't see as a parent. You know.
And then she come and she got 25, 26 bodies on her, and she telling you, you got a good woman.
What?
You don't know what you have with the crick in her neck. Get out of here, man.
Yo.
You got 30 bodies on you, man.
Minimum. That's minimum.
Minimum, bro. And I'm supposed to deal with that. Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
Mhm.
We gotta get out of here.
You have to
Solution.
get out Babylon.
We gotta get out of here. We
Babylon.
gotta get out of here.
You got women that say, "Oh, I'm a virgin. I only been popped in my rectum.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
holding my,
Yeah.
Hamitic women would do that.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
Hamitic women would do. Yeah, they would do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, they would do that. Yeah, they would do that. They would protect that with their life.
Yep.
Because they were gonna get married, but then they'll do other stuff for sure. Yeah, guaranteed.
Or you got women that just go get the surgery.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, the virgin
This place
surgery.
is fucked up.
Yeah, man.
And the scourge of the tongue, which commanded, which communicated with all. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that have hold of her is as though he has held a scorpion. A drunken woman and a gather of blood causes great anger.
Yeah, baddies.
Yeah, they're going to the club, every weekend. Like these women are all alcoholics. A lot of women are alcoholics. They got demons, man. They're smoking ganja. They must
Mhm.
smoke weed.
Yeah.
They're talking about you want a princess treatment.
Mm-hmm.
You don't exhibit any princess quality. You're a damn pirate. You got a cigar in your mouth,
Pirate.
a bandana on your head for real.
Uh-huh.
Gucci bandana.
Uh-huh.
You know, drinking tequila out the bottle,
Yeah,
any
they're
out the
drinking
bottle.
perks and all these pharmaceutical drugs.
They're smoking, what is it called? The hookah or whatever?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, they're pirates.
Had 2 abortions.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Yeah, I'm a good woman. Get out of here.
A drunken woman and a gatherer of blood causeth great anger, and she will not cover her own shame. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and idleness.
Right, her makeup. Right, which is sorcery. You can tell when you look. Once you come in this truth and you have that discernment, very few words can be said between you and a woman. Or very few within a sentence, and you know, as a man in the truth, you know what you're dealing with.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
After a small interaction,
Oh my gosh.
she just laughed and you're just like, you know, she got that makeup on, you can just show you know.
that whole makeup goes back to Egypt.
Who are you to tell me what to do?
Yeah. Con.
Let's walk away.
You got two diamonds here.
Mhm.
Yeah. I hate that
Mhm.
shit, bro. I hate it. Yeah.
If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly.
Right. Men that have daughters, man. You got to be very, very strict with your daughter, man. Young daughters. From she hit about 9, 8, 9 years old, you got to be more open or be sort of assertive with what you're telling them.
Mhm.
You know, this A is A, B is B. And this is all they want to do. They want to try hope, they want to pop.
And you have to watch it. You have to watch your child.
You gotta watch her.
So when they're 12, 13,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta
they're,
watch
and
her.
they're teenagers and stuff, and they're going hanging around with
Yeah.
their boyfriends
Yes.
or different, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, they made that movie back in the day called 13. The mid 2000s, right? Talking about all that. Like just showing you like how they just wild out at that age because that's their biological clock. But guess what? At 13, a woman in the ancient world, right, when she became a woman, you know how much knowledge she already accumulated
Oh
and
my gosh.
experience,
Oh my God.
right? She wasn't in class writing notes and studying and memorizing. She was on the co-op, man. She was with her mother, her grandmother, her
Yes.
auntie,
Yes.
whatever, you know.
Yes.
And she's watching.
Yes.
She's watching how her father's treated, how
Yes.
her grandpa, all
Yes.
these different things,
Yes.
all these social cues
Yes.
where she picks up to where she's already a woman,
Yes.
you know.
She's a servant.
And then this time maybe them play with them too much. The scriptures talking about conquering that child, just playing around, thinking everything's a game, right? Then you become their friend. Oh, you know you can talk to me about anything. You think they're gonna tell you everything because you're their friend.
Yeah, in the ancient world, they were learning to be a woman. Today,
Same thing with men.
Yes.
Same thing with men.
Yes.
But guess what? That's why it took a little longer, they say, for men to develop because we have so much more to develop.
Exactly.
Right? Because the girls, they say that, I hope you mature faster than you guys.
That's
At a certain age, and I
yes,
said,
it's true. It is.
but we matured in totality more than you.
Exactly.
Okay? We have to compute more than you. We have to do more than you.
Exactly. We have to govern.
We have to bear more stress.
That's
why
right.
we get it.
That's right.
And it's, again, we're not hating on you. We love you, women. All right?
Yeah,
You're
we
not, but a lot, majority, you're not women.
If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty.
Right. And you suck. You see that. Look, I can take myself back to grade 6, 7, 8.
Oh hell
And
yeah.
you see these girls and you interact with them, and then you find out, oh, their father's not in their life.
That's
or,
right.
Or they don't give a shit, or you know, they're having house parties, and you're like, yo, where are your parents?
Yeah.
Oh, they're
getting
they're-
fucked,
they're-
they're
yeah,
getting
it's a
fingers.
con.
and you just see these things.
It
and
was
just
always
like,
the same
you know,
story.
Yeah.
But bro, I remember like certain bitches, they were hoes at that age.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Like, oh my
Grade
God,
6,
bro.
grade 7. Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Terrifying.
Terrified. 13, 14 years old. You're hearing about,
You're hearing
You heard about
you're
Christine.
hearing stories, yeah.
And they were introducing you to stuff.
you know, crazy. You know, scary, man. And it's still the same thing today. The only difference is technology now.
Like a lot of, yeah, because I remember when I was in high school, a lot of these women in high school were getting
Pop.
going through like my guys in college.
Yeah.
Big men.
Yes.
Yep.
Watch over and impute an eye. Marvel not if she trespasses against you.
Right? Why would not if you trespass against them? You know, because in a woman's nature to do some foul shit, man. Especially if she's burning. Right? That's why you can't have a room full of 13, 14 pubescent boys and 13, 14-year-old pubescent girls in the city. You can't. Junior high school is a
Yeah.
cesspool, man.
It's a
Yes.
I remember I'm sitting right in front of the bitches here with and they're, oh yeah, the calculation of
Yeah.
what's going on?
Like I'm thinking about that.
Yeah, like a teacher. I had like a sexy Italian teacher, yo. And she had some big breasts.
See?
And she wear like some short dress.
Couldn't fit.
I couldn't even think.
Yeah, that's why the teachers are touching the boys now, man.
Uh-huh.
It's an epidemic.
Yep.
They're horrible. America, they're single, right? So they can
Or they're married.
or something like that.
They're married.
Yep.
Like, you know, oh, I don't want a young girl.
Yep.
Or they're in an open relationship. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, this place is Babylon.
Open relationship.
She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found a fountain and drink of every water near her.
Yeah, women will wear themselves out, man.
Yep.
As a thirsty traveler. No jokes.
Yeah, like look what's happening right now. Really, and a woman today, they're traveling, you know, they're doing all kinds of stuff. This is a wicked, it's a wicked society.
Hey, if them resorts could talk, oh my gosh.
There's a guy, since you mentioned that, I remember on one of the videos, that's like a big paragraph, like an essay. He's like, I was a busboy in Mexico for a hotel for years. He's like, man, they're all married. You know, like this guy could write a book.
Yes.
It's not like Jamaica.
Yeah, and all the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like all the resorts.
Those guys that work those guys.
Oh my gosh.
What?
And they're getting a lot of money.
Every day there's a bus coming up full of girls. People girls.
They all want one thing.
That's it.
And drink of every water near her, and by every hedge will she sit down, and open her quiver against every arrow.
Yeah, well, a woman and a man, a woman and a man cannot be platonic friends. It's
No.
impossible. It can't happen.
No, I was never like
and they do those experiments. They're like, okay,
Call him,
your
yeah.
guy friend
Yeah, yeah.
and say you want to fuck.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And she's actually
shocked.
surprised.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Like it will be friends. About friends.
the grace of a wife, the light of her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bone.
Right? A woman is taking on the vibration of her husband, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. You know? And that's lacking in
And
this
then
world.
it's like, but the thing is, all these women do that on the subliminal level. Any kind of thing a woman tells you, like, oh, I did this, or I learned this, a lot of times it's from men.
Exactly.
And they take on these different vibrations, and that's why when you're dealing with them, after a time, you're going to fight with the men that were with her.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
They've been up in her.
That's right.
You know? And
That's
you're
right.
like, where did this nigga come from?
That's right.
What the hell?
That's right.
What the hell, Ellie?
What the hell?
What the hell you
Barry?
say?
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Because men can leave their imprint in a woman.
Of course.
Yeah.
The reverse cannot
Yeah.
happen.
The reverse cannot happen.
A silent and loving woman is the gift of the Lord.
Hey, that's why women create the toxic
You read
relationship
Iraq
to
26?
damage you.
Yeah.
She's not leaving an imprint on you. She's damaging you. You Jakes are getting damaged psychologically. You guys are going through psychological damage, like a fucking like a person at war. What do you call it when you go to war? That trauma.
PTSD?
PTSD.
PTSD,
That's what
yeah.
you Jakes are suffering from these fucking relationships
Uh-huh.
because you're at war.
Yep.
You don't miss her because you love her. You miss her because that's fucking PTSD.
Yep.
You,
You're
it's,
actually tied to the trauma.
you're tied to the
Trauma.
That's your safe space. Trauma.
Yep.
Shit.
And that's her love language.
Toxicity is her love language.
And she doesn't know if you love her unless you're choking her out saying, I love you.
What? Yes. That's how they are. Yeah.
Silent and loving woman is the gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worthy as a mind well instructed.
Mm-hmm.
A mind well instructed. Instructed by who? A man. Right? And the man is instructed by Yahweh Mashiach Yoshua.
So we're gonna get that in the kingdom. Like we're not gonna get that in this kingdom.
No.
You try to tell your woman, demons hop on her sometimes. Yo, that's
Yep.
not a good idea. Don't tell me what to do.
Yep.
Yo, I'm just showing you something. Right? You want to react carnally. The spirits check you and say, she the weak aggressor.
Chill out.
Right? Yeah, tell me what to do. Let me see that shit.
And that's your job.
Right, exactly.
It's literally your job to instruct.
Right.
There is no other job that you have as a man over a woman other than instruct. I'm here to instruct. You are here to follow. That's my job every day as your man is to instruct you on what to do, where to go, what to eat, because you don't know.
Right.
Did you know that the Most High told you people not to eat shrimps and lobster? No, that
Yeah.
came through us. That came through the man.
Mm-hmm.
Instruct every fucking day.
A shamefaced and
What?
hateful woman is a double grace, and her content, mind can, and her mind, her content and mind cannot be valued.
Yeah, and what do they say about black women? They talk about our women's face. They say, what do they say? We have rested bitch face.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not what the brother just read. You're supposed to have a nice countenance, man.
Mhm.
If you don't have a nice countenance as a woman, something is wrong with you.
Yep.
You actually have a problem. It's you as a woman, you're supposed to just emanate a pleasantness.
Mm-hmm.
Your spirit is supposed to be pleasant.
Yep.
It's just supposed to come off of you. You're supposed to change us as a man. Like when
Yep.
those women passed,
Mm-hmm.
our aggression went away. As a man, when you see femininity, you just automatically, oh, go ahead, miss. I'm sorry. Here, let me grab the door for you. It just comes out of you. But the reason why you Jake women get what you get from us is because you're emanated masculinity. So we're always ready. We're ready for you. We're literally ready. Like we're ready for you, like we're ready for a man. We're ready for you to say something disrespectful, do something disrespectful, to where we might want to put our hands on you, man.
Mhm.
That's not the spirit we're supposed to be in, man. But you give us that. And the spirit made that's what the spirit made walk by. The spirit made niggas walk by. You think I'm gonna open the door and be like, go ahead, miss.
What?
Go ahead, sir.
It's a real cool things.
As the sun,
When I see something like that, I'm gonna dap you up.
Yep.
I'm gonna greet you.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna dap you up, bro. Yo, Wagwan.
as the sun, when it arrives in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house.
Right, the boarding of her house, man. You know how beautiful be on this side? Come on, the oils are burning.
She cooked
You
you
know,
a
oh,
proper
man,
meal.
nice, right? No, we're not experienced. That's in the kingdom.
A lot of these women like going like to clean up.
Hey, and now that's a job. A personal decorator, home decor.
Mhm.
Women hire other women to come and do that. No, bitch, that's your job.
That's right.
That's supposed to be in your spirit.
Homemaking.
That was my
Mhm.
mom's spirit every year. A year wouldn't come to where my mom. No, we rearrange the house. This I forgot, yes or no. This
Yeah.
so she just come home. I need to rearrange. Well, all right,
Yeah.
shit. They just need to rearrange things.
Woman's intuition, man. This has to move.
Yep.
And then when it's done, it looks good. You're like, oh shit, I never thought about it like that. And yeah. Now the house looks bigger. There's more space, and you're like, damn, I
Yeah.
never saw that.
Well, I like the angle of that wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put some plants in the garden.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, like just these little things.
Yes.
A woman
Oh, you
loves
want
the
to? Oh,
plant.
you want to? Shut up. Who's that other bitch?
Shit.
As the clear light is upon the holy
That's a
candle,
competition.
so
If
is
you don't get it right.
the beauty of the face in ripe age. And the golden pillar are upon the sockets of silver. So are the pure feet with cleansing heart. My son, keep the flower of thy age sound, and give not thy transgression. When thou hast gotten a possession, through all that, sorry, when thou hast gotten a possession through all the field, sow it with thy own seed, trusting in the goodness of thy stock. So thy race which thou hast even shall be magnified and have having confidence of their good descent.
Yeah, you have a well-instructed woman, came up under the tutelage of her father and her mother, right? You seek her out as a wife. You're supposed to impregnate her, man. You're supposed to. Look at the general world we live in, man. Sex is for pleasure. Sex is for fun. How many bodies can I get? You got these Shemites on social media. We did 1,000 today. It's off.
Super off. Yeah, man.
Right.
Yes.
I just want to teach your son or daughter, but maybe your son.
And because remember that love of sex is demonic. It goes back to the nymphs, right? Because you become a nymphomaniac, right? Or you become a sex addict, right? No, it's a balance because we can't do it all the time, right? There's a time where we're on and there's a time we're off. Today is the day we're off, right? Can't do anything. It doesn't matter. Leave it alone, right? We're off. There's a time when your woman is off, a long time, right? 7 days, right? And then if after 7 days she's still spotting, that time is on again. Because if you're spotting after the 7 days, you're still unclean. Then when you give birth, you're off for a man child for what? 33 days, I think, something like that. And then for a woman child, it's double that. So there's times where no, it's not just and then we live in a society where people brag about doing it on times where you should be off, right? When it's a red light, people are running red lights. You shouldn't be running red lights, man. That's off, if you know what I mean, right? When the woman is seeing red, you should not be seeing green. Red means stop. Do not go. Wicked, man.
Harlot shall be accounted as spittle, and a married woman in the tower against them.
And Babylon rearranged that. That's the scripture I'm going to get after you're finished. Because what? Now harlots are praised. Harlots are wives. Harlots are goddesses in this society. In this society, they're literally mother goddesses. We see them on billboards. We see them on TV. We see men going down on one knee, telling you she's a wife. Beyonce is a wife. No, she's not. Beyonce is a harlot. She's a mother goddess that is a harlot. She's a harlot of Babylon. She is not the definition of a wife. I know, I'm sorry. I'm bursting your bubble because we have been told and conditioned that this is a definition of a wife. That is a relationship goals. I know they told you that Beyonce and Jay-Z are relationship goals. Those are two witches. Beyonce is a fucking mother goddess, a high-level mother goddess. She does bestiality. She does PDF files. She does the most disgusting things that you can think of on the planet Earth. That's how she gets her power. That's how she gets her power,
And they
man.
do their ritual with their parents' blood.
Yep.
And they use the Bible and they try to curse the Bible.
Her drummer, it was her drummer that exposed it. That's right. And she was sleeping with her drummer as well.
Damn.
Jeremiah 31.
No. Hold on, let me get this. This is Psalms 82 and 5. It says, they know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Right? And because the way that we're living right now, man, this is all out of course. Man. This is all out of order. Nothing is the way it should be. Nothing. This is all imaginary, man. And that's why we can't prosper, man. You're thinking about prosper. How are you going to prosper in a place like this, man? Forget about prosper. We're worried about the wrong things, man. We got to get in order first, man. We can't worry about prosperity. Prosperity for what? Okay, good. Let's all play the lottery. Let's say we win 50 million right now. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to be rubbing shoulders with a bunch of low lives, man. That's not prosper. That's not living it up. Because then I'm going to move to a rich area, and guess who's in that rich area? A bunch of low lives.
Yep.
Jeremiah 31:22. Why wilt thou go up home, O thou backsliding daughter? The Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall surpass a man.
And that's and guess what? That's a beautiful thing, because that fulfillment of scripture happened, which proves that the Bible is real again. That's all that everything that's happening in this world, in this society, you're just proving the Bible to be real. So thank you. Thank you for thinking that you're offsetting prophecy or you're doing something against prophecy and you're going right down the path of prophecy. Thank you. Thank you for being a damn witch. Thank you for being a damn warlock. Thank you for being degenerates, because all you're doing is proving the Bible to be true. You women can rule all you want. Yes, the scriptures does say you're going to have power. And guess what it does say again? It says that, what is it? Somebody get that one. Isaiah 32. What is it? Isaiah 32. You women that are at ease. So get that one out. I'll keep reading, Conor. You don't get it. Somebody else get it.
Yeah, 32 and
No. Let somebody else read.
This is Isaiah 32:9. It says, "Rise up, you women that are at ease."
That's right, man. Because right now, this is a metropolis. And the way that these women are living is beautiful. And guess what? That's how it should be. We're not mad. We understand. When we first came, we had our red we had our red pill rage. We're mad, you fucking whores. You know, we're you know, hey, back in the day when we first came to the truth and we used to see our women with the heathens and with the other nations, we were mad, bro. We'd get mad. We'd be like, Eve, come down. Yo, they used to cross the street when they seen us like they know that we're gonna get cursed out. Go ahead.
Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech.
Hey, and you see, you know it's a beautiful thing, because guess what happens? The women are at ease, and being at ease makes people what? Careless. And then after you're careless, what happens? Problems and judgment. So guess what? Good. Be at ease, because being at ease makes you careless. When you're careless, problems happen. Bad things happen to people that are careless. When you're careless, you lose things, right? Oh, you were careless, so I lost my keys because I was careless. I had my wallet carelessly. I lost my wallet. Well, you women, you're going to lose everything because you're careless. Go ahead.
It says, "Many days and years shall keep trouble. The careless woman from the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, you women that are at ease, be troubled. The careless ones to you, make hair and gird sackcloth upon your loins."
And that's the time that we're living in, meaning that they're going to literally lose everything. Meaning that there's not going to be no stores, because if you're going to have to burn sackcloth upon your loins, that means everything is going to shut down, which goes together with the scripture in Ecclesiastes 12. That's the time that we're living in. Everything is going to be shut down. The world is going to be at war. There's going to be civil war in the streets. So you can't think that you're going to go down Rodeo Drive or go on Bloor, shop on Bloor Street, go to Gucci, go to Holt Renfrew. That ain't gonna happen, bro.
Yeah, look what the Hudson Bay.
Yeah, that's a great point.
That Nord store, you know, like all these.
Yep, they shut that one down, and that one was a good one. Nordstrom. You have to be rich to shop there. Saks Fifth. Yep.
All that shit comes straight from China. Cheap.
$40.
Yeah, they want to charge you hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars.
But that's what did you used to say that?
Yes.
All the shit that you're paying for is way overpriced.
Real.
You know, like the cotton, the material is cotton. How are you gonna charge me $400 or $500? You know, for Gucci underwear. You know what I'm saying?
No, go ahead.
Right?
That didn't have to end the video. That's why.
That's okay.
What, $500 for a Gucci t-shirt?
Yep.
700 Armini.
You get a ketchup saying you got the tear mark.
It's
It's all bullshit. But we told you people. You
Yeah,
just
we
don't
did.
say, you guys are, you know, the people that they live.
Yes, that's them.
Buy, sell, obey.
Obey.
Fucking sell. Same thing with the phone, right? That they said they should have
Yep.
cost us to
Yep.
all bullshit. Now they're coming out with an iPhone that folds.
Full, yes.
US. That's like close to $3,000.
Yeah.
I remember when we used to pay like $4 or $5 for a phone.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Nahum 3 and 1. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not. The noise of the whip and the noise of rattling wheels.
I just want to add this. Right back what the other was saying, how everything's closing up. Old Brentford. All these stories. It says here,
Yes.
this is from 1 week ago. Amazon cancels massive inventory order from China after 125% tariff, but vendor forced to pay $500K fine. So yeah, that goes to show you, Amazon, the biggest bully on the block,
Yep.
is canceling massive inventory, man.
Crazy.
Yeah, their warehouses right now.
If that's not a sign, I don't know what is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
their warehouse is going under right now.
Jeez.
Right? These are the times.
These are the times.
Well,
And
Nahum-
their workers are already striking and stuff like that. So yeah, we're in serious times.
Mhm.
Serious times.
Nahum 3 and 1. Go to the big city, it is all full of lies and robbery. The prey depart not. The noise of a whip and the noise of rattling of wheels and prancing horses.
Right, that rat race, you know, gotta go to work. Alarm clock is 6 a.m., 5:30 a.m., 5 a.m. I gotta hurry up. You only have time to ship a tea, man. And you open the door, and you're in that traffic.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. That's right.
And the jumping chariot. The horsemen lifted up the bright sword and gleaming spear. And there is a multitude slain and a great number of carcasses. There is
Right, and it's twofold, you know, ultimately destruction. But America the Great, the valley of the shadow of death. There's no but zombies, spiritual dead people out there, man. Multitude of them. Just fried in the grave.
You're on a corporation with your SIM card.
Yep.
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 Their birth card.
I got this put away for retirement. I'm retired in 10 years, and I'm looking forward to that. You know, the nest egg at the end of the journey.
That's right.
Right? But this is all going to be put up in smoke.
Now, I think the age of retirement is like 70 now. That's not big enough.
It's better than
Maybe one that you want to live down.
There's no end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpse because of the multitude of the whoredom of the well-favored harlot, and mistress of witchcraft, and subnation through her whoredom, and families through her witchcraft.
Right? The mistress of witchcraft. America, man. You can come here and worship any god you want.
Yeah.
You can believe whatever it is you want to believe.
Mhm.
You could be a Buddhist.
Yes.
You could be a Wiccan.
Yes.
Anything.
Yes.
You can be like a ornithologist. You worship big books.
Right. Yes.
Like a church. Church is an ornithologist.
Yep.
You can do pretty much whatever the hell you want.
Come on.
You know? What Jesus said, you can practice any religion as long as it doesn't harm harm other people. Right? There's thousands, I'm not the great, there's thousands of religions.
Yes.
Behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts. And I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nation their nakedness and their kingdoms thy shame.
You see, that's a spirit. This guy walking by, you know,
Yeah, that's the spirit.
another guy.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Hey, and it's so crazy that we know more about their beliefs than they do,
Mhm.
because their beliefs all go back to one fountain, which we know of, but they don't know that because what they have now is just tradition. They don't have belief when it comes to knowledge. They just have something that was given to them. It's just like what was given to us. We know Christmas, December 25th. We got to get a tree. We got to decorate the tree. We got to do this. We got to do that. And then we're going to give it to our children.
Mhm.
And we know that around this time, like right now, this is another traditional time. He is risen.
Yeah.
Bon and cheese. And you know it's tradition because you're breaking the law.
Yeah.
Because the law says if you're saying it's that time, then it's supposed to be no yeast. So where's the bon and cheese coming from? Where you guys getting this?
But it goes, that whole Easter, it was really supposed to be suck.
That's right.
The paths are
Mhm.
so these guys, other people are both
What else, Benjamin? Fried fish on Friday.
Oh hell,
Kingfish.
which I love. I'm glad because our thing is
Yeah, right
finished,
now-
so I can
right
have
now,
all the
you
fried
have-
fish. So I love the fried fish. I was just like, yeah, man, more fried fish. I love a fried fish.
Yeah, my mom called me yesterday. Yeah, there's one put aside for
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm following
That's
it.
right,
You guys are going up. I'm not. I'm good.
Exactly.
And I will cast a wonderful filth upon you, make you up, will set you as a bathing stud. It shall come to pass that all they that look upon you shall be far from the saying, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will promote her? When shall I see comforter?
America, the great spiritual spiritual Egypt, right? The Lord's making America the great amazing. All nations are seeing what's going on in America. You know, you have rumors out here about tampering with elections, bots on their truth, on their what's that? Messenger app. These American high brass military specialists.
What's that app called?
Telegram.
Telegram.
Yeah, that's
Telegram.
right? So the whole world see America. You know, the whole Hunter Biden scandal.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
that he's supposed to be the son of the president,
Oh yeah.
right? His image, he's got naked images all over the internet.
Yep.
Leaked.
Yep.
You know,
And this guy got pardoned.
Hillary Clinton's
Mhm.
emails.
Mhm.
Yeah, just to add, because you had yesterday Tulsi Gabbard come out as of late. If you know who she is, she's basically the director of national intelligence,
Mhm.
and she basically said that there's an ongoing investigation about the Hunter Biden, Kamala, the election that went on. There was a lot of fraud, and they're saying that she's going to bring out all that information soon.
Yeah.
So it's true, man. There's a lot of fraud going on with the elections, and now it's being revealed because that spirit is being lifted up. They will corrupt Babylon greatest.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's out there.
This is a Revelation 17:1. There came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials and talked to me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I will show thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
right? The judgment of the great Lord. Right? So this is ordained in the heavens already, right? What we're reading in the book of Revelation is ordained already. The end is written. Right? The judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. The whore being America, the many waters being the people. America is a great melting pot. You know, all nations are in America.
With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunken with the wine of their fornication.
Like drunken with their philosophy, right? Spiritual fornication, right? Worship any god you want.
That's right.
You know? Okay? And the Israelites, you know, they're in Babylon. 2/3 of their people, chief offenders, committing spiritual fornication day in and day out.
Yeah, there was the whole alphabet way of life.
Oh hell yeah.
Mhm.
Jeebus, love Jeebus, right?
This whole thing is transformer.
Yep.
So remember part of the transhumanism. Transhumanism is them merging that male, female into the God.
Exactly. That's right. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
So they carried me
I
away.
would give them fame in the land they were put to shame.
So he carried me away in the spirit of the wilderness, and I saw a woman woman sit upon a scarlet colored beast, full of name of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Right, America the Great, man. Scarlet covered beast. You know, Scarlet going in the east side, you know. Beast name of the EU. Right? 7 heads, 10 horns. So the 7 kingdoms of Esau. The 10 common markets of Europe, which later became the EU. This is America. Revised America. Revised Rome 2.0.
And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, and having a golden cup in her hand, full of abomination and wickedness of her fornication.
Right, her costumes, man. Yes, the purple, the gold, the pearls. The costumes, America. You know, America wax rich. Right now, we're seeing the swan song of America, the decline. You know, every kingdom, roughly, last 260, 270 years. America's what, 260 years?
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. She's about to go.
Yeah.
And upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints.
Right, drunken with the blood of the saints. Right, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Right, great atrocities took place on the soils of America. In the northern kingdom, and the southern kingdom. Lynching, genocide, smallpox blankets, with the blood of the saints.
And with the blood of the martyrs of the Hawashai. When I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
Right, John was receiving a vision, saw this whore, and he's like, wow, her ass is fat. You know?
And the angel said unto me, wherefore didst thou marvel?
Right, so the angel's like, yo, check this out. Why? Hold up. That's a bitch.
Sexy.
Right?
Yeah, but that's what happened to me when I came to this country. When I came to this country and I'm on the plane and I seen all the lights, I was hypnotized. When I first went downtown to Toronto, I was like, hey,
Yeah.
that's how you know a tourist.
Yeah.
You know a tourist because they're hypnotized, or somebody that just first came to the country from somewhere. It's like nothing you've ever seen before. But that's just the onset of what he's seeing. He's seeing something like, it's like, bro, you know what we see to see it. These things are amazing. Now when we go to these different places, they have these buildings that connect. You see super highways. In America, they have super highways. They have highways. You see some big, you're like, that's a highway? Europeans, you're like, holy shit. Yo. So there's some amazing things here that can get you hypnotized, but it's not real. None of it is real. Like it said, I seen the blood of the saints. So this place is built on blood. This place is built on PDF files, built on, different things that happen behind the scenes, man. The brother always talks about the dark web. You on the dark web, that's the real world. That's the real world, man. What we see is not the real world. It's a fake world because you always have to have the front, the mask.
A lot of people are wearing 2-3-4 masks. They know they're not getting to work like
Yeah, exactly. That's right, man.
He's a principal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Elementary school.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
A doctor.
Yes.
A pediatrician.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Real.
Well, look at this guy, Kate Velasquez. He went to jail because he smoked a guy that molested his daughter. He found out for years. I think his daughter or son was going to be like a owner of the daycare. That was childhood. So the guy hunted him down, shot him down. Now he's in school, he got I think 10 years or something. We're not in that time. We're not in that time.
Oh.
Grown ass man.
We're
Very
in the time
smart.
of warning, man. We're about to enter the time of warning.
Grown ass man.
You want the script?
So here, Revelation 18. This is Revelation 18 and 14. It says, "And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all." So NLT says, the fancy things that so much are gone, they cry, all your luxuries and splendor are gone forever, never to be yours again. It's going to how we were talking about how it's pretty much how this place is very alluring because of the toxins of it. That's why people are attracted to this place. There's other parts of the world that are way better to live in. But people like this place because of the city lights, the gold, the silver. You can do whatever you want when you come over here.
Yes.
And that's going to be done away with, man.
Yes. Yeah, man.
Young Street at night.
Hmm.
You know, for a first timer,
Yo.
your eyes are like, you see that big Salmon Records sign,
Yep.
old school sign. I don't think it's there anymore.
Oh yeah, that was huge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Center 2.
Yeah, man.
Center, right? So yeah, you come in, you're just like awestruck. Right, nice big city.
Oh, we seen it.
Niagara Falls. Over there, but none of us.
Yeah.
You see us, you know?
Yeah. Cursing the place. Why are you guys so mad? It's wonderful here.
Sirach 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
Hey, and that's why our instruction now is what? Come out of her, my people, because we're getting our instruction straight from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh. We can't give you another instruction, right? We could tell you to invest, but that would be a develation, not a revelation. The revelation is come out of her, my people. Now we could lie because the scriptures does says, my people like it so. They like the lies, right? Speak unto me smooth things, speak unto me deceit. We can't do that, but that's not scriptural, right?
As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
And that's how we know that when it comes to P. Diddy, Bill Cosby, we know that all you Edomites are like that. We know you're all like that. When it comes to Hillary Clinton, when it comes to Barack Obama, we know it's not one off. We know Donald Trump is that way as well. We know that Kamala Harris is that way as well. And all the rest of you little minions in your fucking building, in your Senate House and your Capitol Hill and all of this shit. We all know you're all like that. It's not one off, it's a group thing. You guys all get down like that. And the Capitol Hill goes back to Rome as well.
An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited.
And the king of this world are the bankers, right? The kings of this world really started with the Rothschilds. They're the real kings of this world. They tell you you go over to England and they tell you, hey, you see the biggest house, it must belong to a Rothschild. They let you know. Bigger castles than royalty. So what is that letting you know? That they're the real royalty. Nobody else can fuck with them. Nobody else can talk to them. Everything to do with banking and money, that's them. They own banking houses. They own countries. So that means that they run the world. When this society comes off of their money system, they're the ones who has the next system ready to profit them. It's gonna only profit them. The world is in debt to banking families. We're not in debt to Justin Trudeau. We're not in debt to Barack Obama. We're in debt to bankers. Trillions and trillions of dollars in debt, which means that they own you. Go ahead.
The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
Yeah, go ahead.
I jump down to 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit.
Yeah, really and truly, that person that's going to be set over is going to be Yahushua, right? Because Yahushua is going to take the crowns off of all the heads. That's why I don't understand you Israelites that teach that other nations can be saved. If other nations can be saved, then why are only Israelites going to be crowned? And why are the crowns of the heathens going to be taken off of them? That doesn't even make sense to me. The only people that are going to be crowned are Israelites. And then the crowns are going to be taken off of everybody else, which means rulership and power off of all the heathens. But go on.
The kingdom is translated from one people to another.
And that's what the church doesn't want you to know. The church doesn't want you to know the Bible is about rulership. They want you to think that heaven is just some mythical place that we're going to all go and sing love songs together all day. And walk around, give each other roses, give each other pats on the back. Oh, bless you, bless you, bless you. No, the kingdom of heaven is rulership. It's power. The kingdom of heaven, there is no peace. It's judgment. No peace, judgment. The kingdom of heaven is going to be multiple women. The kingdom of heaven is going to be a lot of children. The kingdom of heaven is slaves. The kingdom of heaven is righteousness, man. That's righteousness. The kingdom of heaven is putting the earth back in order. The kingdom of heaven is having the birds sing like this. Having the animals are going to rejoice. Right now, the animals are mourning. That's why every other day you hear, oh yeah, this much amount of whales washed up on the sea and they're all dead. This much of fish washed up on the sea, they're all dead. Birds are falling out of the sky and they're all dead. Why? No, there's no peace. They're all dead. Oh, this is extinct. They're all dead. Why? Because the person that's ruling the world is supposed to be taken out, man. He's not supposed to rule over the earth. He doesn't do well with rulership. He doesn't know how to put things in order. Go ahead.
Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
And that righteousness, we haven't seen that righteousness since the time of Yahushua, man. We're not even in that righteous state of mind yet, man. That righteous state of mind, the Most High is going to have to give us back the knowledge that the elder made the video about how to really till the earth. We got to gain all that back. We got to learn how to clean things up again, which is why the 144,000 elect men are so important. They're important because they built this place that you people call earth. They built it. So we need them back again. This is a beautiful, righteous thing. This is the reset of earth, man. This is such a blessing from Yahweh that he's bringing back to Yahushua and the 144,000 to clean up the earth. So we can't be mad at the elect. Oh, I don't know. No, the elect are beautiful because they're going to clean up the mess that these devils made. These devils made through what do you call it? Factories. We destroyed the earth through factories, through industrial. That's industrialization. We destroyed it through our cars. We destroyed it through the train. All these things. Say that again.
Plastic.
The water. We destroyed this place. Oil. So the elect are going to know how to clean it. They're going to know exactly what they're going to have to do, man. Put this earth back in order. You're going to be like, wow.
Have a quick research.
Bring it out.
This is Isaiah 29 and 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, Yahweh Yahushai, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be a stain as the potter's clay. For shall the words say of him that made him, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he has no understanding?
Yeah, break it down.
Just going into the wickedness completely messed everything up. You know, they do their things in secret, and they feel like, you know, they're not going to be judged for all the wickedness that they've done, you know, throughout all the generations that have gone on. So that's why Yahushua has to come back set everything right side up in righteousness. Because everything right now is defiled, it's polluted, it's wicked. You know, we can't stand it. You know, being here. So when Yahweh Shai comes back, then things are going to be turned right side up. Because everything right now is just it's an upside down.
Hey, like for instance, the Heavenly Father, right? He loves shrimps. He loves lobster. He loves crabs. You know why? Because they clean the ocean. You people keep fucking eating things that are supposed to be cleaning the fucking ocean, you fucking retards. So that's why he's mad. You guys, what do we have against pork? We don't have nothing against pigs. Pigs are amazing, but they're meant to do a job. Shrimps are amazing. Lobsters are amazing. In the ocean, doing a job. Everything is out of order. You guys, something that's supposed to be in the ocean, cleaning the damn ocean, you have it on your fucking plate. Nasty.
Yeah, I love that. Revelation 3 and 9. Sorry, Revelation 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So that's what we're patiently waiting, man.
That's right.
Esau fucked up the whole world.
That's right. Remember, when a carcass dies, you see the vultures circling. But that they know that's okay. It's my job. It's time to go to work.
True.
Time to go to work.
Romans 8 and 22 NLT. For we know that all creation has been groaning as in the pains of childbirth right up to the present time. Right? So yeah, just going into what we're speaking about right now, you know, everything's upside down, man. You know, all of creation, there's a scripture that says they're waiting for the righteous to rule, roughly paraphrasing. We're all earth is waiting for them of the elect. I can't remember what the scripture is. But yeah, all creation is growing. Wildlife is growing. The birds are growing. You know, right now you can hear the birds chirping, man. It's a spring. But they're still discombobulated. You know, the bees are dying off. You know, about 3 weeks ago, it came out in America that 1 million plus bees have been found dead in bee colonies. That's crazy. These bee farms. And bees are essential, man.
They're
It is.
vital.
Yep.
Right. And Wi-Fi has a lot to do with it.
Yes, it does. 5G.
Yep.
Yeah, so even when you try to buy natural honey, it's hard to even very difficult now. You know.
Yeah, we need new management, man.
Yeah, we need new management. That's right, man.
Yeah, just like that's true because my cat, right? He's 16 years old. He's old. He's gonna die. But cat has cancer now. He has a big tumor in his nose. But I'm telling the cat to see his pattern because they're creatures of habit, right? So all he does is get up, eat food, and does the same thing. He repeats it. So he's not sinning. He's not putting to the law. He's a beast. How the fuck do you have cancer?
Yeah.
Like you just go outside, you just do your thing.
Yeah.
Fuck.
How are you coming back home and now you have cancer? You have a sore in your face. So it shows you this place is out of order. It's wicked. It's because of the environment.
I was going to make a lesson on that too, because yes, animals are starting to get cancer a lot. You're right. Completely out of order, man. Ridiculous. Con,
It's true. I've had Rottweilers. I've had three Rottweilers. All three of them have died of cancer.
Damn.
All three of them. Yeah. You know, at different times. I never had three at once.
Yeah.
Gone. Yeah.
And sometimes it's probably true, like the dog food or
Yeah.
food and all this shit. All these preservatives.
Yeah, go ahead.
If they're getting that dry, you're not supposed to be dry food. And even the canned food, yeah, they're what do you call that shit? Carnivore.
Yeah.
They buy that dry food. It's fucked up.
Chemicals.
And it you can get different kidney stones, you know, they can be dehydrated. Even the water that they drink, you know, just going, hey man, this place is gone.
Yeah, so if
they have bone cancer, how the fuck they have bone cancer?
What was he doing?
Yeah. No.
Just in the house. Get a camera in the house.
That's the one.
Yeah, next to the Wi-Fi on the back.
Wow.
Modem, right? Yeah, man.
Congratulations, man.
All right, so this is just backing off of Isaiah 29 and 16. I think that's what you read. So it says here, this is Romans 9 and 20. It says, yea, but O man, who art thou that repliest against the Most High, shall the great form say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? It says, not after how it was proclaimed, the same ought to make one vessel unto honor, and another unto dishonor.
And this game is rigged, man. You know, a lot of people like to talk about, oh, why would God do that? You know?
That's their favorite question.
Why would God do that? You know, it's right there in the scriptures.
It's so true. That is
The
a
Lord does what He
number one
wants. One to dishonor, one to honor. Jacob and Esau.
Verse 22. What if the Most High willing to show His wrath and to make His power known, endured with much long suffering, the vessels of wrath to its destruction, and that He might make known the riches of His glory on the vessels of mercy, which He hath before prepared for glory.
Before prepared unto glory, the elect. And all of Israel, when the children come back in the kingdom. But the elect on this side, right? It's preordained, pre-chosen from the foundation of the earth. Right?
And even us whom He hath called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles. Of the Israelite foreigners, of the Gentiles.
Yo, we got to put that in there.
Last verse, it says, as He said
Watch
also
him.
in Hosea, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not her beloved. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living God.
Right? America the Great, Babylon the Great, where we were called biggest, wetbacks, you know, called all kind of this and that, everything but our nationality, right? So this truth has come out. Beginning with the elect on this side, right? Returning to our power, of course, returning to our heritage.
Here's another one. This is Colossians chapter 2. We're saying, I was holding this for a while, but we're back to the point about when that line crossed. Elder said that these nations were just given tradition, right? So this is the point. This is Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. And whereas many men spoil you, philosophy and vain deceit, after tradition, men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahushua. For in Him dwelleth all the fullness of the Godhead bodily, and ye are complete in Him, which is the head of all principality and power.
Right? Yahushua, man. You know, we were once in the world. We were once in the world, spoiled by all these philosophies. You know, taught by men. You know, messed up, bugged out on Jeebus.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then we were awakened to this truth. Yahushua started supping with our minds. You know, Yahushua is the Lord.
That's right. That's right.
Verse 11, it says, and you also you are circumcised with circumcision made without hands, and putting off the body of the sins of the flesh by the circumcision of Yahushua.
Hey, and it's so funny because you said Yahushua is the door, and that's the title that they give to the Pope. So that's how unholy that place is. He thinks that he's the door, right? And then the cardinals, they're the representation of the hinges, right? That word cardo, right? Cardinal cardo goes to hinges. So they're the hinges of the door. So that's how important they feel that they are. Like, what? Get the fuck out of here.
They call the Pope the vicar of Christ.
That's right.
False prophet.
False prophet. That's right.
And it says, with the circumcision made without hands, and putting off the body of the sins of the flesh by the circumcision of Yahushua. buried with him in baptism, wherein also ye are risen with him through the faith of the operation of the Most High who hath raised him from the dead.
Right, and the baptism is by the word, right? And who's the word? Yahweh Shai, volume of the book. That's the baptism, man. You know, it's not being dunked in some bathroom water in front of a congregation, right? Baptism is His word, which is Yahweh Shai.
And it says here, verse 13, and you being dead in your sins and the uncircumcision of your flesh, together with him having forgiven all trespasses.
Right, Yahweh Shai, once again, man. Can't stress it enough. Right, we're dead in our sin, walking His word, walk out, right, doing whatever. Some of us wanted to be athletes. Some of us wanted a doctorate degree. Some of us were gangsters and thugs. You know, some of us were aspiring to be the next American Idol. Right?
Sure.
That's right.
Real quick, this is Romans chapter 3, verse 1. What advantage then hath the Jew, or what profit is there of circumcision? Much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of the Most High. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
Right, the oracles of the Most High, man. This truth, this knowledge, this wisdom, give it to the elect. The elect are going to be on the highways and hedges, these video pieces, right? It says that what if some not believe in you?
It says, the Most High forbid, yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar.
Right? So it doesn't matter if you don't believe. Come by here and scoff. I believe in a sky daddy. You know, I believe in African spirituality. And the words of Yahweh Shem Shai are still gonna be fulfilled.
As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. But if our unrighteousness commend the righteousness of the Most High, what shall we say? Is the Most High unrighteous, who taketh vengeance? I speak as a man. The Most High forbid, for then how shall the Most High judge the world? For if the truth of the Most High hath more abounded through my life unto his glory, why yet have I also judged my soul? Here, that was it.
So with that, all praises, all power, all glory
To Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
double honors to the apostles and others of great wisdom and teacher on Ruwa. Shalom to the
Shalom to the elect.
Kwame Yashua.
Kwame
Yashua.
Yashua. Abba.
See how the breeze. Please turn.